Yo, what's good everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over why I believe that the LA Clippers are a different team than they were the previous year. So without any more waiting, let's get straight into the video. So the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to the Los Angeles Clippers is the roster from this season compared to last season. So what I will be doing is I will be going over the three biggest losses this offseason, and then I'll be going over the three biggest W's they took this offseason. So with the first player we're going to talk about as one of their biggest loss was JaMychal Green. If you follow basketball or anything like that, you know JaMychal Green is a very solid basketball player. He's about 6'7", 6'8". He can shoot the ball, he can stretch the floor, he can defend, he can get into the passing lanes. He can shoot, he can even facilitate here and there. So yeah, JaMychal Green was definitely a big loss for the Los Angeles Clippers this season. But I definitely feel like they got a good replacement for him in Nicholas Batum, who was actually on the vet minimum, so he was a little bit cheaper as well. But Nick Batum has came in averaging about 11 to 12 points.
He's actually averaging 8.3 points a game. Stupid.
Off the bench, I mean, he started this season some games, but he's mostly been coming off the bench. And that was a very underrated pickup, actually, of the offseason. Nicholas Batum for the Los Angeles Clippers has been big. The next player we're going to talk about as the biggest loss for the Los Angeles Clippers is going to be Montrez Harrell. Now, to me personally, I don't personally think he was that big of a loss for the Los Angeles Clippers, just because we went out and got Serge Ibaka, who is actually a better overall player, in my opinion, who can defend, who can stretch the floor, who could play his role a little bit better, who doesn't run their mouth during the games, you know what I'm saying? Serge Ibaka has an attitude, but Montrez, man, just doesn't know when to shut up. But other than that, Canard was another good pickup for the Los Angeles Clippers this season. I remember a lot of people were criticizing the Clippers for giving him $64 million over the next 4 years. But if you've been watching Canard, you've definitely seen why they have paid him that much money. So I'm very impressed with how Canard has been playing this season. He's just been a very big part of why the Clippers are the number one three-point shooting team in the league. So, yeah. So for the next thing I want to talk about when it comes to the Los Angeles Clippers is where they were 57 games into the season last year compared to where they were 57 games into the season this year. So we're going to start off with the record. Last year, they were sitting at a record of 38-19 compared to this season, where they're sitting at a record of 39-18. So, with that being said, the Clippers are definitely taking a massive upgrade when it comes to their offensive rating. They are currently averaging 117.4 points a game this season, and that means that they are first when it comes to the offensive rating. And compared to last season, where they were averaging only 112 points a game, and they were sixth actually in the whole entire league last season in offensive rating. The defensive rating, on the other hand, took a hit, not for the better. So last year they were holding opponents to about 106 points a game, which is pretty good actually, and that means that they were sixth in the whole entire league. And this season they're letting opponents score 110 points a game, so that's definitely not good. And that they are actually 10th in the league in total when it comes to defensive rating this season. But I did see something that said since the All-Star break, the Clippers are actually 5th in defensive rating since the All-Star break. So that's pretty exciting to see them step up their defensive ability towards the playoff push. So we're definitely going to need that. The true shooting percentage was definitely an upgrade as well. The true shooting percentage last season was at a 57%. And it was 9th total in the league. So basically, a true shooting is just like all the shooting combined. So the three-point percentage and the field goal percentage. So that's basically really all that is. And this season, it's at a 60%. So that is a significant upgrade too, by 3%. And we're actually second in the league total when it comes to true shooting. So that is definitely an upgrade. Also, this season, the Los Angeles Clippers have been undoubtedly one of the best three-point shooting teams we've probably ever seen when it comes down to the stats. This season, the Los Angeles Clippers are currently leading the league the past 6 seasons when it comes to spot-up shooting in general. So The Clippers are averaging about 25.3 spot-up shots a game, and they're knocking down about 64% of those shots. And the second leading team in the past 6 seasons when it comes to spot-up shooting is another team from this season, which is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league as well, the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz have definitely had multiple games where they've hit 20-plus threes, and the Clippers are right up there with them, which a lot of people aren't really noticing or mentioning for some reason, just because it's the Clippers. But that's a very impressive stat for the Los Angeles Clippers. But overall, I'm definitely impressed with how the Clippers have been playing this season. They've been really resilient. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely impressed with how they came back from the last year's playoffs. You know, we choked out 3-1 lead, but they're bouncing back, looking like a playoff team, looking like a finals team potentially. That is what I'm excited for. And as a matter of fact, I think the Clippers have only lost 2 games in April this season. So that's pretty freaking impressive considering it's April 23rd and we're almost through the damn month. But with all that being said, I really ain't got too much more left for this video. If you guys enjoyed how it was set up, I might start making more videos like this. I might not, depending on how you guys fuck with it. But other than that, I really ain't got too much else to say. Actually, I do have one more thing to say. Me and 2 of my friends, we will be starting a podcast called Bucket Discussions here in mid-May. So if you guys are interested in that, hearing probably about hour-long basketball discussions, make sure to stay tuned for that because we'll be starting that podcast around playoff time. And if you're interested in that, that'd be awesome. Come join us. It's going to be a good time. But other than that, I appreciate every single one of you guys that watch this. And thank you, man. Take care. Peace.